Toodaloo, chaps.
And chapheads.
Popplecock. Stop right there. Sorry to interrupt.
But listen, Luke and Pete have a Patreon.
They do indeed. What's a Patreon?
A Patreon is an exclusive platform where you can have everything Luke and Pete. Maybe even get a bit of Lucas and Pat in there.
We will try and throw them some extra content because they need that jingle jangle.
I don't know what the hell you said, but yes.
It's what I do. This voice bugs on my tongue.
Yeah, it does.
You look like a thunderbird.
You look like a mad scientist. Great Scott.
Oh, yeah, but Great Scott.
You know
I do. Yeah, Back to the Future.
It is, yeah, it is. But
Favorite
anyway,
film.
Listen, Patreon. Guys, help them out. Sign up. Listen, if you sign up, you can help them out. Maybe they'll get out of the ghetto one day.
The world can't rely on the rich to give their money away. So we rely on you.
The poor.
The poor.
Why doesn't the poor help out the fellow poor?
Because they're poor.
But they can toss a couple coins.
I know, but...
Do you know what? Put down the marijuana leaf. Okay? Put down the marijuana leaf.
Pick up the pipe. Where's your pipe?
Oh, sorry. Where is my pipe? It's here. Sorry.
Yeah. Pick up the pipe. Yeah. Tip it out. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Now, what I'd say is help out. Put down the marijuana leaf. Okay? Put down the cigarettes. All right? Put down the Stella Artois.
The vape.
Yeah, the vape.
Don't forget the vape.
Yeah, and toss your boys a couple of coins here and there. Okay?
Toss them a £3 donation.
So, yeah, there is a £5 tier as well.
That's for respect for Pete.
Because you know what? Because Pete is trying to not go bald as my friend over here has.
I happen to go bald in my later years. Yeah. There's still enough to sell some hair follicles on my head. Let me put it that way.
But you can take the back and put it out the front, you know?
I don't want to.
Why?
Because there'd be nothing in the back and something at the front.
To be honest with you, you could do it with your eyebrows. You've got quite thick eyebrows.
She had to cover up my black ones.
So come anyway, we digress.
Sorry.
Help out your boys for a minimum of £3 a month. You can get a Patreon exclusive episode every month. You can get the main episode early on a Sunday.
They also include the swearing and all the profanity.
Yeah, they do. And God, by golly, they use a lot of it.
They use a lot of profanity.
So what's their favourite word? The C word?
C word, yeah.
Yeah, they would.
We'd call it the vagina. They'd call it.
It does have a nice ring to it.
It does.
I do use once and again.
You have to throw it out once in a blue moon.
When I stub my toe.
Yeah.
I walk
Sometimes when I knock my elbow off the door when I walk in.
Your funny bone?
Yeah, funny bone.
Yes,
it deserves a C word.
I've been walking my wide hallways where I have tables and things like that in my hallway.
Oh,
and then I stub my toe and I'd be like, oh, you cunt.
Oh, you say that when you stub your toe?
I do.
Oh, I couldn't give two hoots when I stubbed my toe.
What do you
I'll tell you what I would do when I stub my toe. Oh, by Jove!
Jove? What's Jove?
I don't know.
Jove. Oh.
I don't know. It just comes out.
I say
by Jove, dear boy.
I say you.
Oh.
It rolls off the tongue.
That's so sharp. That's so sharp.
No, yeah, but it rolls off the tongue.
Oh, you.
Because it hurts. It stings.
Yeah.
Have you been laughing a lot today?
I've been laughing too much. I can't do this anymore.
Shut it. Stay in character, you arse.
No, I am.
Okay.
The only time I say that word is when, as we know, sometimes you sometimes,
No.
get called out for being racist. You know, when I'm not racist. Are you?
I hope not. I don't believe so.
And then so one of these Asians will come in. You know these Asians?
The ones that you smell before you see.
I'm gonna fucking shit.
Sorry,
the ones that you smell before what?
The ones that you smell before you see?
Them's the ones.
Yeah, go on.
They're the ones they say, and they come up to you and they say, oh, hello, or however they say it in that mumbo jumbo. They say hello, and you go,
Why don't you just off back to your own country.
I've shot myself. I can't get the toilet. I can't get the toilet.
Anyway, please, guys, sign up to Luke and Pete's Patreon. Help out your boys, okay? £3 a month. Sorry, my friend is incontinent, okay? All right? But, you know, we'll catch you on. This has been Lucas and Pat having a chat. We'll see you soon.
Coming up on this episode of Luke and Pete Talking Shit.
Right, what's your least favorite race if you had to pick one? And then she was like, I'm not gonna lie, like Indian people, they are f***ing disgusting. And then basically Keo must have been like, yo, I didn't ask for like an excuse or something or a reasoning for it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Luke and Pete,
Talking Shit.
the place where Luke and Pete
Talk that shit.
every single week. How are we doing, Sheetsters?
How's it going, Sheetsters? Back in the new studio.
Yeah, and we're building it up slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, you see we've got the things going
Some
on
trinkets there.
there. Little trinkets and stuff. You know, we've got the KFC man dressed as Roman.
And we've got a white woman with blonde hair.
What's she doing there? Why is she on my side? You've moved it.
What was it doing on my side?
I thought it would go well with the black ass.
No.
Why?
It was there before the black ass was there, Pete.
Yeah, I knew the black ass was going up on the top shelf.
Black ass. All right. All right. You know what? Speaking of white women, yeah. Me and Pete was driving back from the studio the other day.
Oh,
And
she was annoying.
we was in traffic. There was a long row of traffic, yeah. So I swung my vehicle out
Luke's driving.
to see like what's going on.
Have
up
a
there.
look. What's going on
Then
up
I
ahead?
pulled it back in, but I didn't pull it back in obviously enough. Cars are coming up, and then I said, "Oh, sorry, I've not put it out." I pulled it in more, and I've said sorry. Now this woman has stopped her vehicle next to me and started. Now
started throwing her hands up.
I've already said sorry, so now I'm pissed off because I've apologized and you're still carrying it on.
No, you
Sorry,
said I said sorry.
Yeah, I said sorry. You fat. I said it. You pissed me off. You fat. And then she drove off, and I was like, no, you deserved it because you carried it on.
And she was quite like, you know, she deserved it because she was acting like a tubby person.
What does a tubby person look like?
Like, you know, when you're like, stop acting like that. Like you're acting like you look now. Like
people
flopping the arms.
No, she was acting like a.
Yes, she was, but she threw the arms up and they jiggled as well when she threw them up.
No, you're making things up.
No,
now.
they did.
Bingo wings.
Don't use the bingo wings if that's how they move.
What?
Don't do that if you've got.
Yeah, but no one thinks.
Yeah, she didn't think before acting. That was her problem. And then she got told she was a fat. She had to drive off.
Yeah, but don't. Do you know what?
To be fair to you, you were apologizing.
Yeah.
I was thinking in my head, why are you even complaining? He said sorry.
But some people just they're just in a bad mood. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you.
And she drop jawed. Did you see the drop jaw?
Yeah. Because someone says it. Oh, she dropped George.
She dropped jawed
Before. Yeah, I thought you meant after when I called her fat.
No, she
Put a pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I was surprised she didn't like retaliate. I was expecting some sort of retaliation there.
I want this one, nigga. What white people draw for whenever they're going to lose an argument. Nigga. Yeah, I've done that.
I thought she was going to do that. I thought she was going to resort to racism.
Yeah. But
Couple of ethnics in the van.
Yeah, but what do you do? I'm trying to think. What do I say? I never.
No, you don't normally get angry. That's normally me that would do that.
Yeah, no, it pisses me off when
You
someone.
went, no, she said something to you. You went, "Shut up, you fat."
Yeah. She was saying something. Like I've already said sorry.
Yeah, you said sorry.
Like what?
Which is why it was justified. I thought because I thought normally I'd be like you wouldn't normally say that, but it was when you said that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Pete. No matter what I said, you would. The woman, if woman would have driven past, and be like, "No worries." I'm like, "Yeah, you're fat." You'd have been like,
"Yeah."
I'm rubbing off on him. I'm rubbing off on him.
Yeah. No, but it was. I did feel good because you stood up for yourself.
I always stand up. I always stand up.
No, but you stood up for yourself against a woman trying to mug you off as well with the bingo wings.
What do you mean against?
She was flipping her arms up and jiggling the fat everywhere.
Water balloons.
Water balloons.
No, I'll have a go at someone if they deserve it.
No, she deserved it. She deserved it. And I just think the attitude of everyone is just stinking nowadays, because if she did that and she said, oh, sorry, I would have been like, oh, okay, fair enough. Like, a self-assured respect of two vehicles passing each other by, never to be seen again.
Yeah.
Hello, goodbye, thank you, you're welcome.
Like, some people just act like no one can ever make a mistake.
Don't.
It's like I see women, it's like, calm down.
I've noticed women are getting a bit more mouthy nowadays.
Oh, Pete,
No, I have noticed that.
Pete,
I
you
have
sound like
not-
somebody who's domestic violence.
No, but she was like
Everyone's
unnecessarily mouthy.
I think it's very difficult to argue with women, you know?
I think you handled it the best way you could at the time.
Yeah, but if anybody would have seen, like, if I cared about getting cancelled and things like that, I wouldn't.
Because imagine someone filmed it and it like went viral.
Luke Craig called a woman a fat.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. I can't. That's why I could never live that life. That's why I chose this way, because I couldn't. I know I would fuck up eventually one day. Like, you know, like where celebrities have to be like even someone spat in a celebrity's face, they can't do anything about it. Do you know what I mean? Because they're scared of getting this cat. They're scared. Okay, if someone spat in Brad Pitt's face and he spat back, like we remember the dilemma we had last week, he'd get cancelled for that.
Would he? But everyone would be like, but he did spit in.
No, because it's all about money. They're like advertising, like, you may have been, but no one wants to be associated with a spitter, do they?
But I received a spit as well.
Yeah. But come on, Brad, be bigger, be the bigger man.
I tried to be, but that's the smell.
It made me angry. It made me angry.
Do you know what I mean? Speaking of smell, you know you've used these cups from downstairs and that.
Yeah.
I can smell like mouth on it.
Ugh.
Do you know what I mean? Like, have a sniff.
No, I'm all right.
No, it smells like...
Because I use mine already, so I don't want to be thinking of it. I'm like, ugh.
We got to bring our own cups, man.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we use the communal area.
It's only on that side as well.
But I find when someone does something wrong and another person won't let it go, no, but I can be a bit like that, you know?
What?
Like, if I don't feel, if you admit something you've done something wrong, and you go, all right, I'm sorry, you apologize straight away. I don't feel like you've learnt your lesson. I want to have a little bit more of a go at you. I want you to really, I want to rub it like my son.
But I think when someone has a go at me, and then I retaliate, and then they say, okay, sorry, I then feel bad.
Do you?
Yeah, because I feel like,
no.
He's humbled himself now.
No, you go on at me, Pete, about things. You go on.
No, yeah, to people I know, but to strangers, I'd be like, oh god, I feel bad now.
No, I've done that. I've done that so many times before. I'm like someone's done something in the car. I've done, but you, and they're like, sorry. I'm like,
yeah, or like someone's driven aggressively in the street, and I'm driving, and they've driven aggressively. Like cutting in and out, and I'm thinking, oh, the person's going to be angry. Then we pull up in the lights. I'm like, what the hell's that all about?
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry, sir, what was that? Like, and being very polite. And I'm like, but I formed
an opinion.
No, a personality for you based on your driving skills.
Yeah.
You drove aggressively, but you're a very kind man.
Yeah.
Family man. Tie on.
Okay.
Child
Pete,
seat in the back.
No, you're going too far.
Why?
You don't know all that stuff about him.
I could tell because he had a tie on.
Everyone who wears a tie is... Donald Trump wears a tie.
A baby seat in the back.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Family man.
Yeah, it's a bad family man.
I don't like having a go at a dad.
Why?
Because I think he's got kids.
What's that mean?
I don't want his kids to have to deal with what we get up to.
What do you mean?
That's not that we're going to get up to anything. I shagged your dad!
Yeah. Now go home, go. There was a comedian told a story about that he was in a parking lot and a guy on, I think it was Christmas Eve, came into the parking lot with a Christmas tree on the top of his car and tried to he thought it's like an area to have sex. The parking lot was an area to have sex, and he tried to knock on his window like, "Yeah, are you here for sex?" Like,
with the Christmas tree there,
with the Christmas tree on the top of the car.
Don't do it in front of the Christmas tree.
And then he's like, "You're gonna go home to your family
with
man.
that Christmas tree that's watched everything going on." Like, being like, Christmas tree's like,
what happened at the prison?
Your dad was shagging a man earlier, the filthy, and he took it as well.
Oh yeah. No, it's thinking, but you know what? When I was walking, there was a quite a serious accident, or I think it was a murder at the bottom of my road. Yeah, another one. Yeah,
at the bottom of your road.
Yeah, by the cost cutters. Yeah.
When was this? At the weekend.
Yeah, the weekend. So they blocked off a road, yeah?
Oh, yeah. We were down there all the time.
Yeah. That's the second, like, there's been a few murders. Show you, Patreon's coming!
We need to get out of there.
I need to get out of the area!
Yeah.
No.
I'm scared for my life when I'm down there.
Hey, guys, sorry to interrupt.
We know you're watching, but we obviously got to leave this important message for you.
We need you to hit the follow button.
The subscribe button.
And wherever you're watching or listening, if you're on Spotify or YouTube, please do that because it helps us grow.
And if you could also leave a comment on the video and a review.
Anything that you think we want to talk about, we'll have a discussion. We respond to all comments, yeah? Good or bad.
And could you do us a massive favor and sign up to our Patreon?
If you do like the content and you want to support, listen, we've got a lot of content over there. We've got the behind the scenes. We've got the Luke versus Pete.
You think this is bad? You should see what's on the Patreon site. www.patreon.com/Luke and Pete.
Now, okay. These boys have been waiting a long time and we decided to bring them back again.
We got a lot of, shall we say, blacklash.
That's a word.
We
got when black people get angry, it's called blacklash.
Backlash. We got a lot of backlash. We had these boys on before.
So, but we're gonna get them on again because we don't give a.
Yeah.
Right?
And these boys have something to say. If you can't handle it, and if you want your opinion or someone to be silenced, or on behalf of your friends, you wanna, what is it you wanna do? You want to sort of like say, oh, come on, call your friend out. Then it's not gonna happen.
Oh, for God's sake. Listen. Anyway, there's the boys, Lucas and Pat. Check them out.
Hello, chaps.
And chapheads, we're back in the building. They let us in now. We're in here.
Yeah, they actually let us use their studio, which is quite nice of them.
Yeah, the smell hasn't left.
It never will. Yeah. They cook up shit.
Okay.
It sticks to the walls.
Okay, we're going to the deep end here.
No, yeah,
we got another dilemma that someone sent in to us.
Read it out there, good old boy.
Okay. Hey, Lucas and Pat. I'm very rich, but I have a micro penis.
Oh, dear.
I have low self-esteem. How do I compensate this with the ladies?
Now, I could live with a small penis, but I couldn't live with losing my wealth.
Oh, God.
It's a nightmare.
God forbid.
Now, obviously, as we both know, Luke, because...
You're homosexual?
I am in this. I am. But I'm also quite well endeavored in the nether regions.
You are. And you keep on pushing it in my face, unfortunately. Because, of course, you are
homosexual. But the sad thing is, I don't use it.
You see, mine.
Yeah.
He's quite small.
You have a small one,
yes.
Which is really weird because obviously the person who normally sits there, Luke, has a massive one.
Yeah, and he keeps on talking about it.
He does.
But I believe he talks about it to compensate his lack of wealth.
Yeah, most likely. Now, I'm wealthy and I'm hung. But it's quite a shame because I don't use it.
You're wealthy and you're hung. But it's quite a shame because you only take it in the bum. How God plays these tricks on us, eh?
I've spent most of my wealth.
Used it properly. Huh? I've got nothing.
What?
I would have been dishing this out like hot candy.
What?
If I had a huge penis.
You would have been dishing it out like hot candy.
I would if I had a huge penis.
You, in the state you're in now, with your small cock,
okay.
You have one pump and you're off.
Yeah, no. It takes quite a few pumps to get it going. The ladies don't even realise I'm inside. They still say, enter me. Enter me. Well, I'm already on the way.
If only we could swap.
Yeah.
I'd give you mine. I'd happily... I don't use it.
Yeah, you don't, do you?
All I get is occasionally the odd reach around. Because, as we know, I'm homosexual.
But of course, you say hands off the merchandise.
Hands off the merchandise. Oh.
Now, back to the dilemma. Money is the be-all and end-all in this world. Now, you could have a huge penis and be poor.
But that would just be not worth living. I couldn't stand without my wealth.
Like sometimes when I speak to Luke, you know Luke who sits here?
Yeah.
I ask him, why haven't you killed yourself? Jesus.
I can't. Sometimes I talk to Pete and I say, dear boy, why don't you f*** off back to your own country?
They don't get it. But he talks about his penis. He talks about, the ladies like his penis. I'm like, come on. Come, let's be serious here. You're poor.
You're poor.
Is
there any point?
Like, you may be fornicating.
Yeah.
But where are you fornicating?
It's useless fornication.
You're breeding, and he's breeding.
It's the fornication of a monkey. Okay, no, I'm not calling him one. I'm likening it to one.
Can I just say this, guys? If you do enjoy these segments, make it known, because we will be cancelled. We will be cancelled. If you don't, because I know there's going to be a voice of concern in the comments. So if you do enjoy this,
and
make sure you stand up.
There is a voice of concern. It's the one time I will use the word cunt.
It is. And I haven't stubbed my toe either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yes. But anyway, I would say, once you have the wealth, lead with the penis.
Once you have the wealth, you can buy a new penis.
No. I know somebody once done that. He went to Turkey and got...
they used
fat injected into the penis.
They used
This is a
my
true story.
concern, because obviously I like men with thick thighs, deep vein thrombosis.
Thick veins. Yes.
Thick veins.
Yes.
Throbbing veins in the thighs.
Yes.
Well, the problem I have is when they've used the thigh skin to elongate their penile.
Is that what they do?
Yes.
They use thigh skin.
Thigh skin.
Why just thigh skin?
It's the longest part of the body.
What about the calf? What about the forearm?
They can use the forearm, but I don't have any problem with that. My problem lies when they use the thigh skin.
Why? Oh, because you like...
I like the deep vein thrombosis in the thighs.
Okay. So maybe if you've got the wealth, you can get a penis enhancer.
You can, a penis pumpers.
Yes, is what they used to call it back in Latin.
Yeah, the penis pumpers.
The penis pumpers. For the rumpus bumpers.
The penis pumpers.
So anyway, do not let your lack of size or equipment diminish
you off your wealth.
Okay? Do not
focus
trade
on your wealth.
Trade a little bit of it for a bigger penis, and then you've got it all.
You've got it all. And focus on your wealth, and the penis will seem bigger.
It does.
It does grow when your pockets grow.
When the pockets gets fat,
the penis looks bigger.
It does. Okay. I wonder if you're out there, do you have big balls? Big balls and small penis?
Yeah. The person?
Not you.
No, I've got big balls and everything's grown fully.
Full grown
white man.
Which is quite unusual, actually. for the white man.
Yeah, normally.
I was speaking to a woman the other day who's been to like multiple races. I said the white men have always been small.
Oh, she's obviously got mental health problems. She's coming up with that potty talk.
Anyway, guys, listen, we've got to get out of here. But listen, don't allow... Well, because I'll be honest with you, the ethnics have the physical athleticity on us.
They do.
So don't
natural.
We can't compete.
Some of these men don't even go to the gym, and they're in shape all year round.
Yes, compete where you're strong. The wealth. Okay? Now, they say money can't buy happiness, but I've never had a problem with it. You yourself, have you, Pat?
I bought my happiness.
Did you?
With my dad's inheritance.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
So.
Money brings me happiness.
Yes.
Anyway, back over to you guys. Enjoy your lives.
Toodaloo.
Goodbye.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
let's just say we're not surprised by any of that.
So just go back to the normal episode. There you go. Oh, shut up.
I
Pete.
do think someone's going to kill me when I'm down there. Because it does feel a bit like, I don't know, they get out of the car and like make noise, you know?
What noise do they make when they get out of the car?
Like they'll grunt.
That's just someone who's overweight, Pete. You're like, oh.
No, but you know what I mean? They make noise. They get out of the car and like, ugh.
No one does that.
They
Pete.
do that.
I've never heard anybody go, what the f*** wrong with you?
No, they get out of the car and they're like, oh, ugh.
No
and I'm
one
like,
does.
You're
How many
trying
times?
you're trying to signal your angerness.
How many times has that happened?
Two times. And I remember the first time, and then I remember if anyone does that again, I'm going to be scared because that's intimidating. And someone did it, and I thought, they're trying to let me know, don't try it with me, mate. Yeah?
Pete,
Because I'll close my door.
I think because I'll close my door hard.
And get angry about it. Like, I can tell, Luke. And then another thing they do, the people that beg, they always come to me and never go to anyone else. It's like they can sense that I'm weak.
But Pete, when it comes to money, you're not weak. Handing out money.
No,
Pete,
but
Pete,
I
that is
don't like the
Pete, that is-
uncomfortableness of saying
Yeah,
no.
But you do say it, don't you?
I say it, yeah, but I say it, but you have to say no to
Oh, do you know what? One guy done it to me at Tesco's yesterday. But I have the coin, like, you know, he waits by the trolleys.
Oh, smart.
The
Oh,
trolleys.
so he wants the pound. Oh, what an absolute.
So you can't say you ain't got change. But
I did no. At that point, I could have said no. I say, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know
you
you're
waiting.
The coin.
No. But I
You say, you bought the one that's shaped like a coin. Can't give you this. I can't give you this.
Yeah. I need this.
No,
Sorry,
no.
buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
But I'd say that about the pound. I say, no, this is my trolley
No.
pound.
Yeah,
This is my trolley pound. I
used
use
to
it
do
every
that.
time.
I used to have a trolley pound.
Did you have a
But
trolley
I used
pound?
to spend this trolley. I used to spend. And where the f*** is my trolley pound? Where the f*** is my trolley pound?
No, but if you had a trolley pound and you give it to a homeless person or someone who's obviously begging, I'd regret the trolley pound being handed over once I get to the next trolley.
Yeah, of course you would.
I'd think, oh, that was the time I give it to that guy.
Yeah, because you do forget.
But like, I've been at like the Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
You know, there's that guy. The
big issue guy.
No, the other one that sits on the floor.
I ain't seen
I've
that.
asked him to borrow a pound.
You've asked him
To borrow a pound. Because I think you ask me all the time, can I borrow one off you?
What did he say?
No. He said, no, I haven't got one. I said, come on. I thought, come on.
That's interesting. That's an experiment. We should try that.
No, I did. I tried it.
No. I'm gonna watch him get a pound from someone. Then I'm gonna say,
Can I borrow? Can I have a pound, please?
And then he goes, no, I haven't got one. I'll go, oh, I was gonna give you 100 quid.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna give you 100
No,
quid.
no.
Now you failed. You failed. Yeah, but then it's no. You failed. It's a social experiment. It's a social experiment.
Oh, have you seen that social experiment they do where they're like, oh, have you got a pound? And they're like, no. It's like, oh, I just want to see if you'd buy this lottery ticket. And then they ask the next person behind him, you got a pound? Because just scraps this, you're a millionaire.
Oh, I've seen things like that. No, I saw someone do it in a bag.
That would happen to me.
Yeah.
That is the type of thing that would happen to me.
Hurt. That hurts.
No, I'd be angry. Come on. You knew.
No, what did I see? I saw someone do that in a queue.
Yeah, they do it in a queue,
and a big one. And
There's
they're
a
like,
check.
you won this.
It's a check.
And they're like, oh, no, you don't need to go to me. You need to go to me. Like, too late. No, too late. Sorry. Too late. That hurt. That would hurt.
Yeah. But I asked that guy, can I borrow a pound for the trolley? I didn't say I'd give it back. I just wanted a test to see.
Well, borrowing signals you give it back.
I didn't say, can I borrow? I said, sorry, have you got a pound? But he's asked me like 100 times.
Have you ever given?
Never.
So what do you think he's going to do?
Just to see if, okay, maybe if you give it this time, I give next time.
Oh, do you know what'd be interesting though?
Yeah.
If he did hand over the pound,
yeah,
and he thought it was a social experiment, you're like, thank you. He said, no,
that's me.
Really?
That's me. Because like, someone's come up to me once and said, sorry, have you got could you get this for me? Like they asked to buy something, and they're wearing glasses, and I thought, oh, they must be the Google glasses. So they must be filming this interaction.
The meta glasses.
Meta glasses. They're like, can you buy this? Because I just don't have enough money.
Yeah.
And I bought it. And then I said, "Oh, like if you had a message, what would you say to the world?" And then
What happened?
because that's what happens in the social media videos. So I thought, oh, I'll do that then. So they had glasses on,
Yeah.
and I thought, are they the Met glasses? And he asked to buy something, like I think it was like baby food or something. So it was something that I thought, okay, I'll buy that. So then I bought it, and he didn't say it. He said thank you, and I said, oh, okay, cool. And then I thought, okay, I'll say what they all say in the videos. And I said, if you had a message to spread to the world, what would you say?
But Pete, obviously they wouldn't. Hold on 1 second. The person they go up to doesn't say that message, do they?
What?
The person they go up to doesn't say that message. Not the
Someone says it.
yeah, the person who's wearing glasses says that you're stupid.
He didn't say it.
Yeah, so because it wasn't it, he must be thinking, what the are you talking to, dude? If I had a
No,
message to
he
spread to the
didn't
world-
say it. He didn't say the message. I was like, okay, I'll say it. I'll say that bit.
Yeah, but that's meant to come from the person who's doing the experiment.
Yeah, but no one said it. So I thought, okay, well, we're coming to the end now because
Yeah, but
I'm
maybe,
going back to the front.
so you didn't think maybe this isn't the guy.
No, I thought I'll say it in case he's filmed it, and then I'll end up. I'm gonna go. I was thinking it might go viral. It might end up on social media later, and then I'll know because I said that. But he didn't say it, so I said, yeah, okay. And have you got any message you'd spread to the world if you say it? And he was like, yeah, just thanks for the money, man. And I was like, okay.
No,
I was like,
that sounds like you're making him. After I gave you the baby food, is there a message you want to spread to the world? He's like, yeah.
no, yeah, oh yeah, because it's him that's supposed to say it.
Meant to say it.
But he never said it. He never said it.
Yes, because he wasn't part of the experiment.
No, I know, but I thought that's what they always say. So I thought, oh, I'll say that then.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say, and he was awkward as well. So I thought, oh, maybe he's just not used to doing these videos. So I thought,
So it never occurred to you maybe this isn't part. It just isn't a video.
yeah, but he had the glasses on.
You don't know if you're sure if they were the glasses though.
They were thick glasses, but I remember thinking, this is my chance to maybe go viral a bit.
Me.
And then no video ever went out.
Really?
Yeah, so he probably wasn't filming it.
Do you know? Do you know?
So
what?
he probably thinks, was I filming it?
You had no glasses on. He was like that guy. I don't know where his camera was hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything to the world?
Some of the people just do it and they hold the camera like that. They hold the camera.
Some of them are fake though, man.
Yeah, you can tell. But that's what I thought we were doing together. It was like a subconscious thing. I was like, is this one of them videos? So then I said like, oh yeah, oh what would you say? And like, oh, are you a good person? Yeah. Do you believe in God?
That's what you were saying. To
I just started just conversation. Do you believe in God? He's like, yeah, I believe in God. I was like, good, yeah, good. But then I feel like the superior in that scenario.
Why?
Because I've like bought his food, bought his thing.
You bought his baby food.
I bought one thing. He wanted me to buy one thing. He didn't have enough money for it. And I thought, okay, normally if you ask me for money, I'd be like, no way. But you're asking like for an item. And I thought, you can't be lying. Unless he did ask for the receipt though.
Did he?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, did he take it back?
You stupid man.
I did think that, but then I thought, what if it's the wrong baby food? He wants to come back.
No. I'll be like, no, you're not getting the receipt.
No, but then that's me telling him, I don't trust you.
Yeah, I don't mind saying I don't trust you.
Do you not? I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, because I've already agreed to give him the money, and then as soon as he says that bit, oh, can I have the receipt? I'll be like, oh, I'm not going to do it now. Because then he's like, oh, you don't trust me then? And then it's an awkward.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I would know. You're not people like you buy drugs and stuff.
No, you can't say that. He didn't look like it. And I checked his arms as well.
Do you know what? Do you know what's so fun? I was talking about this with my son the other day, yeah? Because I don't know what people know, but when they serve like crackheads and stuff like that, yeah?
Yeah.
They get them all to meet up in a certain area and then they go and service them and give them the drugs all in one go rather than meeting individual, yeah? They like,
it's like, they do that with the food as well.
What food?
Meet us here at the food thing. There's like a van that pulls up and everyone gets like canned food.
In what terms of what?
Like homeless people, isn't it?
I don't know about that, but I know that drugs.
They all hang out at like, Charing Cross. Do you know
I know.
that area that smells of piss?
I know that.
Do you know that area?
No, I don't know.
It's literally that area. They all like they hang out.
Congregate. Yeah. They get them to meet up like on this bench or somewhere. Yeah.
Oh right, that might be what they do there.
Where?
That might be what they're doing.
Yeah, that's what they do. So rather than going to loads of different people, they just go get a group and they hand it all the drugs out.
Yeah.
All right, so cool. So I saw this black guy standing with him. And you could see he felt like, he looked at me and I kind of looked away like he felt
embarrassed. Were they all white?
Yeah.
Oh, as in, oh God, I've ended up with these lot.
I used to be a road man. Now I'm the crackhead.
Did he look like a road man?
Yeah, he had the track. He looked like he was on the, like he hadn't gone down to where they'd gone to, but he was on the decline.
As in, I'm not here all the time, but I will meet up at this lot.
No,
to collect my crack.
To collect my crack. Yeah, literally. That's what it looked like.
And he saw you lock eyes and felt judged?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, because it's your community, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And did you give him a look like?
Yeah. No, I'm just like, you look at him like,
come on, man.
Shouldn't
be with these white crackheads.
Yeah. No, not white crackheads.
All right, but
just crack. Just get off the crack, man.
Yeah, but he looked at you like,
it's really a lot of people. It surprises me how many people from the road end up taking drugs, like get on hard drugs.
No, it doesn't surprise me.
Why?
Because you're around that atmosphere. You're like, imagine like the money's not coming in. You're like, oh, I'll just do what they're doing because they look like they're having a good time.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like I've got. No, he wasn't my friend. He's someone I know really declined. Like really, I know 2 people.
Yeah.
Who really like down to like crack head.
What, like crackhead?
There was a guy that used to live up the road from me. He grew up. He came from Peckham.
Yeah.
Come down to Croydon.
Well, actual crackheads. Like you'd look at him and go, he's a crackhead.
I think he's on heroin and crack.
Oh.
And I used to go around his house. I stayed at his house and stuff like that. Yeah.
While he was a crackhead.
Look, this is how weird. This is how weird. No, not while he was a crackhead. We was kids. This is how weird it was. He came up from Peckham and he had the same road name as me. And he was huge. He was a big guy, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we met up. He goes, yeah, bro, I heard you got the same. And it was very confrontational, yeah?
Right.
And then somehow...
Ego.
Somehow, he ended up changing his name and we became friends, yeah? And he always says, yeah, you used the Jedi mind trick on me. Why did I change my name?
Because he felt diminished after that.
Yeah, because he changed his name. But we used to hang out and he was a cool guy, man. And I don't know what happened to him, but I heard like he went to prison and then last time I saw him, he like had shoes with no shoelaces in them and stuff like that.
Oh, that's when you know it, because they've sold their shoelaces. That's what's happened. They've gone out and they've sold their shoelaces. There's nothing market. There's nothing else to sell but my laces.
There is no market for shoelaces, Pete. No one's like, how much for the laces?
Why is it? They take the lace out and tie the arm.
Oh, you watch? I don't know why they're missing, but I do see a lot of people about shoelaces. I don't know why they're missing their laces. I don't know why.
It's probably the only thing left to sell.
No one buys shoelaces, Pete.
But it's the only thing you can sell.
No one buys them. Yeah. So how are they going to sell them?
Well, where are your shoelaces?
I don't know why they get rid of their shoelaces, but I do notice a lot of shoelaces go missing on crackheads.
If anyone knows, let us know where the shoelaces go.
You'd think the shoelaces would be the last thing to go because they move around a lot.
Yeah, they walk a lot as well.
Yeah, they do. But this is...
do you know, like, in my school has a lot of that?
What?
Like, not the shoelaces, but the, like, the rugby crew in my school, yeah? We call them the rugby crew. They all were doing, like, drugs and stuff when we were in school.
Really?
Yeah, like, and I remember thinking, should I just go and do them? Just to be cool as well? And I didn't, because I don't think I need it.
Mm.
They were all like, Pete, you don't need it. You're mental enough, mate. Mm-hmm. Like, they'd kind of be like, not protective, but they'd be like, you don't need it, bro. So why are you doing it? Mm. And a lot of them, every year I used to see them and there'd be a decline.
Really?
Yeah, like I remember one guy, he used to be my friend in school, and he took me to a mini crack house. It was a mini one. It was his house, but he'd use his living room.
I've never heard of a mini crack house.
It wasn't like...
I've never heard... Hey,
wasn't official.
Like, he tells you before he comes in. Now, this isn't the fully grown... This is the full thing. Come back in a couple of months. This is the mini one.
It wasn't an official one.
What's an official crack house, Pete?
Like, okay, we're going to the crack house. They'll call it a crack house. But he just said, you come back to mine? So it was his house, right?
Yeah. So his house, you went back to his house. Why have you called it a mini crack house?
Because it was still like a house, right?
Yeah.
But it was like the carpet was a bit worn in. The living room smelt of weed, but no other room did. But we all sat in that living room.
It's weird. You've got rituals. You only smoke weed in the front room.
Yeah. And then the couch had like loads of cigarette burn marks in it. And there was a decks for anyone that knew how to play it, could go and play it.
I used to have decks.
Yeah. So the next year I saw him, I went back to his house again because I needed somewhere to stay for the night. And I slept under his bed.
Under his bed?
Yeah, I slept under his
With the slats?
I slept under his bed.
Really?
Because there was nowhere for me to stay, so I slept under his bed.
Why didn't you sleep next to the bed?
There was no space for next to the bed. You walk into the room and it was the bed. So it's what I mean.
So like we use a holiday. You made a bed. It was a bedroom.
Yeah, but it was a single bedroom.
There was no space.
There was no space. There was just a single bed.
So you walk in. So literally, you walk into that room and you climb into bed.
There was no door on the hinges. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no door on the hinges.
Yeah.
It's just an open doorway, and there's a single bed in there. And then I had to climb in under the bed, and then he slept on the bed.
I've never wanted to sleep in someone's house that bad, or I'd sleep under someone's bed.
Why
do you sleep in the front room?
It smelled of weed.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I didn't want to go home and my dad would smell me of weed.
Oh,
so,
really?
so I said I'd go around there and be like, I can't stay in this room for longer than 2 minutes. So they'd always be like, why are you trying to run out? They used to get paranoid that I was trying to like do something to their house. I'm like,
were they smoking crack?
No, like marijuana.
So how the is it a mini crack house
Well,
then?
like, you know what I mean? Like druggy. That's what I mean when I say crack house. Like they were druggy people.
Do you know what?
So the first year I seen him, I'm like, oh my God, it's him. And then I like went and slept under his bed. Then the second year I went back, his jaw had moved over 2 centimeters to that side. So his jaw was like this when I seen him.
Let me see.
It was like that.
Yeah.
Jaw was like that. And he just talked like that. He'd be like, you all right? I was like, what happened to your jaw? Oh, someone punched me. I was like, why didn't you get it fixed? He said, someone punched me on the night out. I went back home and I just slept this night and then it was stuck like that. I was like, man, you should have got your jaw fixed. So he had that. Then, like 5 years later, I see him walking around town in a cardboard box naked.
You know what? You're talking now. He was walking around in a cardboard box. Excuse me. Sorry, Pete.
So I'm talking about the decline.
Pete, what
I'm talking about the decline.
What did he have in his feet?
Nothing. Just a cardboard box. And like he was walking like he didn't even realize he was in a cardboard box. He was like, this is normal. So I was like, and I didn't even go and say hi after that. I thought, I can't say hi to the guy in the cardboard box.
He was just...
Because imagine he starts talking to me. It's going to look like everyone's like, where's he in a cardboard box, man? Cool. So he was in a cardboard box. And then, so that was weird. And then there was another one that I was in school with. And like, he's a big guy. And he was so like the hardest man in the school and whatever.
All right, don't need to know about his...
No, and then like I see him like 5-10 years later, and he's like apparently he's now gay, and he's having aggressive relationships with a man.
And then what's wrong with that, Pete?
Nothing, but he was aggressive with it.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? 2 aggressive men?
No, I know, but it was the aggressive thing that kind of like obviously I was shocked because he was gay as well, because like there was no signs of that in school. So he's obviously turned.
Do you know
gay.
what?
The drugs have turned him
Do you know
gay.
what? Some kids in school, I remember there used to be this huge kid in school. Like he was like 6'2", like my size when we was in school.
In school?
In school.
But he probably didn't grow after that, did he?
I don't know. But he was very feminine.
Was he?
Very feminine, man.
Yeah.
Very feminine. Like he was hanging out with the girls and all of that. And
And he's very tall though.
And quite big as well.
What, muscly or fat?
Fat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember that we're talking about.
But you can always look at the ones in school and go, yeah, I expected it to come out that you were gay because you obviously were very feminine and talks like that. But then this guy was like rugby guy.
I had a very close friend of mine who is alleged he's gay, and everyone around me
is alleged.
Well, he's never admitted it.
Yeah,
and I don't really speak to him now.
Yeah. Did you ever find out?
No, I don't speak. I never met him. I don't speak to him now.
Yeah,
but we was very close. Like we used to hang out daily, and
he probably fancied you.
And we watched porn together.
Gay porn?
No. Like, you know, as kids, you put on a bit of porn, you get a videotape.
I did when I was like 12.
Yeah. No, I was like 30, 40, something like that. So a bit of porn, you get a bit of porn. And I realised we was watching different things.
He was watching the man going at it. Was he?
I don't know.
Was he?
I don't know. But I'm just like, allegedly, he's apparently gay. I don't know.
But what? There was you just didn't see any signals before.
He was feminine, a bit feminine, but he used to fight. He had fights with guys, but he's like, and he used to dress impeccably well.
He used to fight with the guys
and girls as well.
He'd fight with the girls as well.
And girls, and anybody can.
Anybody can get it when this guy's around.
A woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, anybody could get it, man.
Really?
It's like, yeah, he was. But and apparently, and my sister and people, like other women, I was like, yeah, we knew he was gay.
But like, is it? Or I think there's more of a like defense for a gay man fighting a woman than a straight man. Would you think?
Yeah, but he wasn't openly gay.
But was he the guy? Everyone's like, was he the one that's everyone's like, he's the one?
What do you mean he's the one?
Like he's the gay one in the year.
No, he didn't. I didn't think, like, he used to have a girlfriend and stuff.
Oh, did he?
But no, but this is another thing. I found weird. He used to speak to her a lot on the phone. And I asked, are you not? And he's like, no. I'm like.
But it was his girlfriend?
Yeah.
But he never slept with her? I
don't think so, no. But we was young still.
Oh, but people do that. They're like, oh, it's my girlfriend. But it's like they say that, but they're not dating. It's like, oh,
no. He was his girl. Like, they were dating, but I don't think there was girls that he dated, and I'm like, it was quite interesting, man. Like, but I don't care if he's gay or not.
Yeah, so that was kind of shocking when I saw my mate like in that, and then I heard like they beat each other up and they're aggressive with it, and that was a bit. So I was like, oh, I don't want to hang about with that guy ever again as well. And then there was another one who was like we left school and I saw him. Yeah, see you later. And then I meet up with him and he's in the pub and he spent 2 hours talking to me about German grenades. Like, really? And he was talking about how they were like, oh, the German grenades. And then he randomly started like acting out, throwing a grenade and like as if there was war people coming in and stuff. He started acting it out for like 5 minutes straight beside me. And I'm just at the bar like, and then I was like, what's happened to him? And they were like, oh, he's kind of like gone a bit like because of the drugs. They had so many drugs. Yeah,
that's why I'm scared of drugs, man. Because sometimes it can put you in a place that you can't come back from. It alters your personality forever.
Yeah, it sent him back to World War II or one.
Yeah, he had never been there, so back.
Yeah, but nobody was talking like he was there.
Really?
He was speaking about like as if he lived it, and I'm like, mate, we went to school together in the 90s.
Yeah, this is what's annoying me now, because they're reclassifying cannabis now. They're trying to reclassify it and legalize it. They're trying to say like what's his not Amir Khan? What's the mayor of London?
Sadiq
Khan. Yeah. Yeah.
World lightweight champion.
Yeah. Sadiq Khan apparently is back in, and I'm sick and tired of this. They're sending it up and down. One time it was going down to class C. Then they put it back up to class B or something like that. They keep on going up and down of how why the can't you just stick with something? Either legalize it or make it criminal.
But I don't understand. What does legalize mean?
Where you can buy it like alcohol.
You can go in and buy weed from the shop.
No, that's what they're trying to make it happen now.
What? So you can go and buy weed from Tesco's?
That's what they're trying to make happen.
And can you do it?
That's what they're trying to make happen now.
So what, would Sainsbury's get like a dealer?
No, they'd be like cigarettes.
What? But who makes it then?
What?
Where does it come in then? Where do they get it? They grow it?
Yeah, they're like any plant. They're like bananas. They'd probably grow it in other countries.
I can imagine them doing that and it being really weak though.
No. I'll tell you this. I think if they legalize weed, all those black guys are out of business. Once the white man gets involved, it'll be efficient. It'll be efficient. Yeah, I think all of...
You can't get more efficient than meet me at the bottom of the street.
You can with black people that got you waiting for 3 hours till they come to the bottom of the street.
Oh, well, so if they do it legally, would it be on Deliveroo?
Yeah, people, things like that.
Oh,
yeah.
So you just be like, oh, give me some weed on Deliveroo?
Yeah.
So they drive to your house in like 2 minutes?
There was a guy, they had this... They had found undercover operation where they found it at a bus stop where people could go online and order it the next day delivery, weed to their home.
Yeah, but who wants next day delivery? When you order weed, you want it now, don't you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I remember like someone told me like that he was there with his mate in the car. And this guy came and gave his mate weed, and he was just completely normal, the guy.
What do you mean completely normal?
Like, not like a roadman or anything.
So you mean not black? Is that what you said? What? There's white drug dealers? Well, let me take a photo with you. They're not all black, Pete, man.
No, I know. But I was shocked that he was shocked at the time.
You were shocked that he wasn't black?
Yeah.
You thought all drug dealers are black?
No, I didn't think they were all black, but it was kind of like we were in a black area.
What area was it? Well, you're lying. I know you're lying. It wasn't a black area. What area was it?
Well, I don't want to give away any specifics.
No, you can give away the area.
What's the borough? Ealing? The borough of Ealing Broadway?
Ealing Broadway is a black area.
The lower side of Ealing. You know, the Indian bit.
That's not a black area then, is it?
Huh?
It's not a black area. You just said the Indian bit.
Is that not a black area?
You just said the Indian bit.
Yeah, no, but I thought the blacks sometimes go there as well, where the Indians are.
Well, it's still not a black area, is it?
Where's the black area in Ealing then?
I don't know. I don't really know what you're doing.
Acton. Acton's black, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
So
it's
it
northwest.
just...
Is that northwest?
Yeah. It kind of caught me off guard because I thought, I was like, oh God, is this a like sting operation?
Really?
Yeah.
When we done
I didn't trust him because he was white.
When we done
No
the
offense.
when we done the Luke versus Pete the other day, a guy came up to me and was like, "You smoke?"
The white guy with the black guy.
With the black, it was the black guy. Yeah. And I was offended
because he's like, "You're one of me. I know you do it."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because he didn't ask me. Did you notice that they didn't ask me?
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. But you look like an undercover police officer that day.
Did I?
Yeah, because she was in the Adidas tracksuit with the tight bottoms and the baggy top.
You purposely bought me the tight bottoms.
No, you told me your size to buy you.
I know. I didn't think it would be that baggy on top. I look like an Indian uncle.
Yeah.
With my pop belly, like a PE teacher. I felt like a PE teacher with my belly popping out.
Yeah. But what I'm going to say about the cannabis, these laws are really, it's annoying me. Like the fact, this trans stuff as well, where they've reclassified
trans people.
They've said now they're
you
women.
can't, what is it, illegal to, what is it?
No, they've said trans women are not women anymore.
Okay.
So you've pushed this. What's this?
You've gone one way and then on the other.
Yeah. So there's a guy out there. He's like, yeah, I'm just shagging women, and then you're like, no, they're men. And he's like, I'm gay. You made me gay.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, you know what I mean?
You can't do that. You can't flip flop with the gayness.
No.
You don't go flip flopping. It's not my choice. You put it on me.
You said they were women.
You said they're women. You can't go changing the rules. Yeah, imagine like living your whole life and then you realize at the end you're gay now. When you didn't want to be. But not that there's anything against it. You're just like, no, I'm straight. Because I fancy...
No, it's because you've changed the rules.
You can't change the rule. This is why I don't get involved in any of that funny business until it's been in there for 10 years, 15 years. So no one can go...
Don't be... People was like, when they're like, they're women. People was like, the countdown is on. On the 15th year. You're like this. They're women. They're women!
They're women! I'm like, they're women! They're women!
Move the cock out of the way! It's been 15 years.
But you can't do that. You can't change the rules and be like, so if someone, they're like, would you like have a go on this? Would you like have a go? No, thank you. That looks like a man to me.
No, that was a woman.
No, I can assure you that is a woman.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive, 100%. Look, I've written it down. It's rules.
Okay.
Anyone that says otherwise, we're going to cancel them.
Yeah, they're gonna be chastised.
Kicked out of society. They'll never work again.
Yeah, no.
Trust me, you'll look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
So go on ahead.
Okay, all right.
Use his ass.
I'll have a go. Her ass.
Use her.
Yeah. Her. Okay.
Next.
And you have a go, and they're like, "That's a man." I'm like, "Hey, what?" And I got, no, tell him. No, actually,
coming to think about it,
there he is.
Looking at the aggressiveness of how that portrayed itself, that is in fact a man. You're like, you can't do that to me. You assured me it was a woman. I went there, and now I'm gay.
Yeah.
So that is.
I don't like this flip-flopping, man.
Yeah, but the government can't make up its mind.
Yeah.
Can the government legally make its citizens gay? Because that's what they've done.
Yeah, they have. But technically, they have. You told me that's a woman.
And now you're saying, no, it's not.
And then someone's had a go and like, no, actually, that's a man, so you're gay.
Yeah. And you can't, because originally it was like, oh, that's a man, clearly. And then they were like, no, actually, come and think about it. It makes sense. It is a woman. Okay, are we sure? Because you flip-flopped on this a couple of times now. You go back.
No, they go back. You fooled me once.
Fool me once.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice. Shame on me.
Fool me 3 times. I just the man.
That was a choice. That was a choice.
But then you're like saying basically like society doesn't have straight and gay. Everyone is just completely heterosexual, homoerotic, heterosexual, monosexual, asexual. Have sex with anything you want, even animals. Because that's what they're saying. Anything goes now.
I've always wondered why they're so like strict about the animals when you can kill and eat them, but you can't.
But we don't kill them, do we?
People do.
Yeah, people do. But you wouldn't want to sleep with one, would you?
No,
well, exactly.
The smell alone.
I know.
The smell alone. But
I'm thinking that.
What? You're. Maybe I've seen you with a horse running down the street. I said Pete a video, of a horse that was running like on the thing, and he was filming it, and then the thing's moving,
and some stuff's flying out.
She really likes to gallop.
Yeah, what was that?
The
stuff was flying out.
All right. Calm down.
Oh.
All right, listen to this. We got a voice note. We got a voice note.
Hot in this new studio, isn't it?
Yeah.
We need to get some air conditioning.
We got a voice note from Pete's brother. Hold on.
So basically, I was out in Thailand, yeah, and like we're all pre-drinking just before the night out. We're at the bar, and then basically playing truth or dare and everything. And then my mate Keo, like he doesn't say much, yeah, but like he's a bit of a stoic character, but he's got this good question that he throws in like halfway through, just to test the character of the people, yeah. So we're all chatting, and he's like, it lands on this girl. She's like, Truth. She's German, right? And he must have been like, right, what's your least favorite race if you had to pick one?
Oh.
And then she was like, I'm not going to lie, like Indian people, they are f***ing disgusting. And then basically Keo must have been like, yo, I didn't ask for like an excuse or something or a reasoning for it. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was just wondering, what's your lot's least favorite race if you had to pick one?
Oh, that is hilarious. It's disgusting.
I'm not being racist or anything.
No. I love because this goes, what's your least favorite race? It's Asian people. They disgust. He's like, I meant like 100 meters on the relay. He's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Marathon or sprint?
Yeah,
you
like,
stupid.
They're disgusting. What's your least favorite race, Pete?
Huh?
What's your least favorite race?
But in what sense? What are we talking? Are we talking like?
I'll open it up. What do you mean? What kind of sense could I mean?
Just as a people, really. I think. What do you mean?
Yeah,
it's such a difficult question.
As a Pete,
no matter what you say, you sound like a dick.
Go on.
Even if I say white people, you'd be like, oh, okay. But I don't mind white people.
I know you don't.
So that'd be me lying if I said white people.
So go on, be honest.
I'll do a process of elimination.
No. Chinese are quiet. They don't say much. They don't bother me.
They're not existing.
They're gonna go for everything. And they're like this.
That only leaves one. Black people.
Yeah. Go on. Be honest. Who's your least favorite race?
What as like
as a people?
What? So would
if you had to share a cell, yeah, if someone and you could
well,
only
you can't use that. Can't say that to me because of course I'm going to avoid the black people in there.
Why?
Because first of all, they're going to not let me have the bottom bunk. They're quite militant when it comes
Why
to
do
that.
you want to put on Pete? You seem like someone who want top bunk.
No,
You just heard of people who don't want bottom bunk, who want bottom bunk.
Prison rules.
Yeah. So you
have to get involved in prison rules.
Yeah. So you would want a top bunk, Pete.
I just wouldn't want as many arguments. Like,
We trying to say black people argue a lot.
who said black people? I haven't named my least favorite race yet.
Yeah, but all right, go on. Who would you?
But are we
you're
talking
on a train
like-
carriage? You're on a train carriage and on a long journey, 12-hour journey on a train.
That's
carriage.
different. That's different.
Go on.
I probably would sit with the black people at that point because they're more fun,
Okay.
right? It depends. It depends. Who do I have to spend the rest of my life with them? Because then we're gonna have some problems.
Why?
Well, what is that? What that question is so like? Come on, that's so targeted. That question. So you're like least favorite race. I mean, what?
Well, that German girl knew exactly what she meant.
But Germans don't care, neither here
They're
nor there.
disgusting.
Yeah, but that's what the way the Germans are because she lives in an area where there is no Indian people. So she say what she wants. They're just white there.
Pete, she sounds like she's been around some Indian people. She had a very specific opinion of them.
Yeah, she's clearly racist. Like, come on, you said they stink.
No, she didn't say stink. She didn't say that.
What did she say that?
Disgusting.
Oh,
And you
that's-
they stink. Wow, there's some conscious race. They stink.
Oh my god. Okay,
me.
so she didn't like Indian people.
Go on.
Least favorite is so is it Indian, black, Asian, and then what?
Indian is Asian, but Indian, you got South Indian.
So would you go African, Jamaican? Would you?
Yeah, okay, we can narrow it down to the Caribbean blacks.
Least favorite race kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, in a harmless sense.
What's the harmless sense, Pete?
Just like I wouldn't get on with them, basically.
That's not harmless. You wouldn't get on with a whole race of people.
No, you're the least I would get on
Yeah.
with.
Who'd you least put?
Well, if we're talking continuity throughout my life, continuity-wise, it's only fair you stick to continuity. I haven't really got many Nigerian friends.
No, you've gone to a nation. You've gone to a nation.
Sorry, what do you want?
A nation.
Sorry, what?
Me.
What do you? Sorry, what's the answer then?
Okay, is it black people, black African?
Oh, so are you
black
saying?
people?
So is it just black people, white people, Chinese people, or Indians?
Indians, Latinos, Latinas, South American kind of.
South American, you know. They're nice people.
Pete's like this. All Pete is thinking is don't say black people too quickly. Don't say black people. Make it seem like you thought about it a bit. Let me thought about it a bit.
No, I am trying to think about it. So I've grown up with white people. I've grown up with them. Most of my family is white.
Yeah.
So that's got to rule them out. So I can't really be white people. And also, that would be playing it safe for podcasts.
Yeah. We don't want to do that.
And we don't want that. And white people, so white people could buy, you're safe on this side. Least favorite race. And I sleep with white people, so I wouldn't want to rule them out.
You sleep with white people.
Why?
Charlotte's like this. You sleep with white people. People. Me.
So then, but then it's a toss-up between Indians and blacks, I'm afraid. And I am Indian. Chinese, take them or leave them. Easy come, easy go.
Chinese, you never get any problems with Chinese people.
No problems. They spit on you, though.
Do they?
They spit. They won't fight, they'll spit.
But they can fight.
Chinese?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bruce Lee, innit? Is Bruce Lee Chinese?
Kung Fu and all that, yeah.
Yeah. The Chinese, they can fight, but their bone density. Bone density scanner! Their bone density isn't as big as Nigerians.
Yeah, okay.
Nigerians have the thickest, densest bone density ever going to man, officially. That's why you never really see any Nigerian swimmers.
Really?
Yeah, in the Olympics. Because they sink.
Okay, so who would you choose?
We're back to least favourite race again, are we?
Yeah. You thought you were going to go over a bone density scanner, was you?
So it's a toss-up between Indians and probably black people, but not in the sense that I hate them. I'm just like...
Yeah, the least. Go on, who's the least?
Yeah, but you're making it negative. It's a positive if you look at it the way I'm looking at it.
How are you looking at it?
I'm looking at it in the sense that culture-wise, I don't know how to... Do you know what I mean?
What?
I don't know how to play the bongos. I don't know.
But you got black people. No, black people as a race isn't just African. It's like there's all different races. There's black Americans.
No, I like them. Oh, is it when you label them?
Yeah,
but I like black American. I'm talking about like from the Boomway. You know, like them ones.
The Boomway.
From
the Boomway. I've never heard of that place.
From the Boomway. Like they're it's kind of like I don't understand, and I feel.
So it's black people then? Is it black?
No,
people? No. You can't separate it. No, it's black people, Indian, Asian, like Chinese, that kind of.
Well, I can't be Indian. Like even though.
Okay, all right. So say it. Just say it.
It's probably. I mean, if we were to go there,
yeah.
Do I have to nation-wise?
You go on.
Probably black.
That's so weird because mine is Indian.
Is there?
And me and you are together. And mine, if I had to, I'd be Indian.
Is yours Indian?
100%.
What, you hate Indians though?
No. Why have you got hate? Why is mine hate? You go straight to hate with me. Yours is like, oh, just delete. You're like, you hate Indians.
What do you mean? But what is it you don't like about them?
No, don't say that. I didn't say I don't like.
Okay, why are they the
least?
Why though?
Because I just culturally, I don't have anything in common.
No, you take the piss out of them when I'm there.
What?
I've seen you taking the piss out when the guy fell in the bike and his leg got stuck in the bike wheel and 2 Indians came over doing nothing. And I shame on you, Indians. I thought, shame on you. Do something. Stop asking questions. No, they were asking insignificant. No.
How
long has he been here?
Yeah. And is the bike his?
Yeah.
I was like,
get out of here.
Did you calm down?
Yeah, that was stupid, and they gave Indians a bad name that day.
Yeah, but
the black people did give black people a bad name that day as well because they were shouting and trying to cause arguments. It's like, mate, there's a kid with a leg in the wheel. Can you calm down and stop starting arguments with people?
Yeah, but what did you do again? You done something. I was taking a piss out of you.
Well, I asked for a spanner so I could try and wrench it open. I was trying to fix the problem.
And they told you to stop, leave it alone or something, didn't they?
He started shouting. Why you stop causing arguments, black guy? Calm yourself down. There's Indian people here asking insignificant questions. Well, you'd be more like them.
Yeah, but that's weird that we both choose each other's race.
Yeah, but I obviously love you.
Yeah, and I love you.
And I'm not racist to you. I'm not racist. We're racist, but in a friendly way.
Yeah.
I don't think racism is a thing when it's between 2 buds just shooting.
2 bud ding dings.
2 bud ding dings. Or 2 bud bum bum. Oh, but you're not the sort of. I like Jamaicans.
Yeah,
you're Jamaican though.
Do you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, culturally, sometimes
that's the word culture.
Yeah,
is it race or is it culture? Because culture, I look at it like there's so many cultures. I'm like, I don't understand your culture, mate. Like you, like
yeah. I see
pig
Indian people.
Awful.
I see Indian people. It's very ceremonial.
A lot no, I like it. I'm not. It's not my thing. But I went to an Indian wedding. It was really like extravagant.
Yeah, I'm not a man for sentiment. I can't do all the ceremony. Cut it out, man. I ain't got time for that. Do you know what I mean? And the Indian people really.
But they were having a laugh about it.
Riding the elephants and all that stuff.
They didn't ride elephants into the wedding that I was at. In fact, it wasn't even a wedding. It was a
engagement party.
But it felt like a wedding. But they were all making jokes, which I liked. I liked the fact that they were taking the piss out of some serious gifts from the white people. I found that hilarious, and I thought they went up in my book that day. I thought Indian people are fun.
No, you felt on the inside. That's why, and the white people were on the outside. And funny enough, it was Charlotte's family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you was on the inside, and he's like, yeah, go get some lamb chops and stuff, yeah, some beef.
Yeah, and it was like, that's how Indians do it,
yeah.
Because I've always had the receiving end of the white people.
Yeah.
So to be at that Indian wedding, it was kind of like,
He's an inside
know
guy.
your place now.
He's an inside
you're with Indians now.
Do you know what's so weird, yeah? I felt so embarrassed the other day. somebody asked me, so what part of Jamaica?
Sorry. But then they got me thinking. Okay, go on, carry on. Sorry.
You stop.
I have to,
because
because now I'm regretting my answer, because I've been to a Nigerian wedding as well, and I loved it.
Really?
Nigerian and Trinidadian? Yeah?
Okay, all right. But someone asked me the other day, what part of Jamaica is your family from? And I didn't know.
Yeah, you don't know anything about your Jamaican side, do you?
Both my sides are Jamaican sides.
But you're also British, though, at the minute.
Yeah, but all of my grandparents came from Jamaica.
Yeah, they came from Jamaica. But were they, did you say?
I've never said that.
You said that's why you look mixed race.
I said there's probably some white somewhere back along the line.
Because
you've assumed someone's been.
I didn't know.
I never said that.
I said because I thought you were mixed race, and you were like, no, I'm fully black, and I was like, no, that can't be right. You definitely got some white in you. There's some substance in there, and you're
What
like,
do you mean substance?
There's a lightness to you.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And you were like, yeah, one of my ancestors got. You said.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, you said there's a possibility.
No, Pete, I don't know who you've been having a conversation with.
Was it not someone along the way?
I don't know what happened, but yeah, there probably is some whiteness in their back somewhere, or maybe even Asian.
No, I'm not saying no, because then the hair looks.
No, my grandmother's got straight, like very straight hair, like thingy.
You reckon there's Asian in you? You reckon?
From time to time. No, possibly. I don't know, but I felt embarrassed. And my answer was, and this is the truth, I've never really looked backwards. I feel like I've come from kind of like a weak foundation. So I've always focused on the future.
Yeah.
So I've never really looked.
So was there any sort of incident that happened, or?
I don't know.
But you believe so?
No, you've made this up, Pete.
No, but I swear you told me. Look, something that happened.
You make these stories up, Pete. Yesterday, Pete was arguing about something, and he told me a whole backstory of how he come to it. And I was like, Pete, it didn't go like that. He goes, oh yeah, you're right. It did it.
So remind me what you said about the whole.
I don't know. I said there was some maybe I don't know. I don't know.
There was some slave trade or something. You said.
I don't know. All Jamaicans.
That's what you said. Something like that. Keep
maybe.
going. Keep doing what you're doing.
No, all Jamaicans came. Well, they weren't indigenous to Jamaica, were they? They were brought over.
Which is why
from Nigeria, I think they
because
said.
it did confuse me when you said, "Oh, both sides of the family are fully black." Because I was like, "You look mixed race," you know, and I look fully Pakistani, and I'm not Pakistani. Do you know what I mean?
You could have just said fully in Asian.
No, because I get told, like, by Pakistani people, Pete, you look full on Pakistani.
It's because of the beard. You look Muslim.
What?
You look Muslim because of the beard.
Do I?
You do. You don't look mixed race at all.
Do I not?
No, and I know that offends you. Yeah, I can tell.
Well, I just like my white side to show itself a bit more sometimes.
It does in your racism.
No, but I've been on the receiving end of racism. Like, a lot of white women didn't want, like, obviously white women don't like Asians. They find them creepy. So that's evened it out a bit.
Your racism?
Yeah, and also, like, black women don't like Asians, really, I don't think. I've noticed it going on a bit more now that, like, everyone's, okay, let's have a bit of that. What's that going on over there? Yeah, Everyone indulges other races a bit more.
I've noticed that a lot of upper class women, like women who come from well-to-do family, are starting to date Asian guys, like dating outside their race a lot.
I noticed it nowadays. I've noticed the same thing. I see black women with Asian men a lot. And I don't know what, maybe do you reckon they got fed up of their own?
I think it
they're like, what's your favorite race?
Yeah.
What's your least favorite race?
Just pull it out of a hat. Who's gonna date? Asian.
Do you know what I mean?
I wish we got some dilemmas. We got some dilemmas to do. Let's do some dilemmas.
And you know, like, guys,
to be lighthearted,
guys, you gotta take this with a pinch of salt, man. Because I know some of you out there get a bit touchy and a bit like, oh, you need to call people out. No, we don't call people out on this podcast, do we, Luke?
Let's go crack on. Okay, listen.
Exactly.
My best friend has lost a lot of weight recently, and I'm a fair bit overweight, and she keeps telling me I have to be disciplined, and I'm fat because I don't want it enough.
My best friend says I'm fat.
My best friend has lost a lot of weight recently, and I'm a fair bit overweight. And she keeps telling me I have to be disciplined and I'm fat because I don't want it enough. But I've just found out she is on the Ozempic weight loss drug.
So it's always from the people.
And I feel betrayed. She made me feel bad about my situation while she was cheating. What's your opinion? And should I keep her as a friend? Please keep me anonymous.
I think it's always easy from a position of power. And I'm not talking about the big one. I'm talking about the one who's lost the weight. But a position of power where you're like, I've lost the weight. I've proved myself. Now I'm going to shame you.
Yeah, but you've lost it in using a drug. So why don't you just say you use?
No, but I wouldn't admit, like, if I took it's like cheating.
Yeah.
It's like performance enhancing drugs, basically.
Yeah.
For
So
fat people, the reverse of it.
Yeah.
Because you take a drug to make you skinny, but do the work. If she'd done the work, I'd be like, yeah, call her fat. Help your friend. Come on, let's do this together.
No, yeah, I do believe shaming does work.
Not on fat people. They use it as an excuse not to do the exercise. They do. Have you noticed that?
You made me feel bad. You made me feel bad. Now I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat.
It's called body shaming now. When you say, "Come on, you need to lose weight," you're body shaming.
But then it's like saying, if like I was thinking about this with my daughter. Yeah. I was watching the other day. She was eating quite a few sweets, and
but your daughter's slim, man.
Yeah. But she's starting to get older. She get older.
Is she getting fatter? Is she?
No. Just calm down. She's not getting fatter.
All right,
but I saw her drinking lemonade.
Yeah.
And I'm like, her brothers were boxing already. By
they're
that age.
already working out.
They're already working.
She's
out.
probably thinking she's on their road.
Yeah. I'm like, no. They worked for that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking now I've got to make sure her diet, because it doesn't sound nice, but she won't have a happy life, I think, in my opinion, if she gets fat. She won't be happy.
I think it's different for Jamaican women. I think it's a very pleasing.
For one, you wouldn't look at my daughter and be like, she's a Jamaican woman.
No,
she's born here. She's a British woman.
No, I know, British, but Jamaican British.
Not really.
She's gonna find it easier than if it was. I think it would be easier.
It depends on the type of guy she likes, to be fair.
So if she liked Jamaican guys, do you think it would benefit her?
100%.
Because they like fat women, don't they?
They like bigger women.
They love to do the aggressive sex dance, don't they?
Daggering.
Where they jump from the roof and land in the woman.
Ridiculous.
And some of them do backflips.
Ridiculous.
And roll on her.
And they rip off the wig. They rip off the wig from behind.
Yeah.
And then we
and then hit
around.
them with the wig.
Yeah. And they sing about it. Lick them with the wig. Lick them with the wig.
Yeah. And they do the worm. They do the worm, and then they land on the woman and do the last worm on the woman.
Yeah. Do you know what? I saw a video, of that they were laying on the ground like this. Like one woman was laying that, and the man jumped on her,
and then kicked her in the head.
No.
Oh, sorry.
And it must have been Notting Hill Carnival, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it zooms in and you see the white people in their front room looking out like...
White people from the houses.
Looking like, what the are they doing? It must be that time of year again.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, you can see them in their front room looking at these black people do.
I like the way black people do their... they have this swagger about them where they can interlock their legs and roll about the room while having sex.
Where have you seen that? Where have you seen that?
I've seen it. It was one of them videos.
What videos?
Black Jamaican dancing ones.
And they were having sex?
He interlocked the legs.
And had sex with her?
Well, he was rolling about with her and she was wet afterwards.
How do you know she was wet?
There was a patch down on her shorts.
Pete, do you know what?
What?
You are a liar.
There was. I thought. I imagine there was.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you made.
Well, they were wet, but I don't know if they were wet before that. Before he started this.
So they weren't having sex?
It looked to me, I couldn't tell.
Did he have his trousers on?
Something was coming out of his shorts. He had big baggy shorts on and he pulled them to the side.
They're not panties. You don't pull shorts to the
side.
side.
They were baggy shorts and he was like that and he went like that.
You're
It's on a
liar.
porn website.
Oh,
if you must know.
Okay, so we didn't say that.
Yeah, I didn't want to sound like a pervert.
Pete, we're long past that with you. We're long past that with you.
So anyway, he's having...
Pete the perv.
So he's inside. They're interlocked and they look a bit like a spider because she's on up like that on her legs as well. And he's also like that, but he's that way. And then they're rolling.
They're rolling.
And then they're walking on all
No, you're chatting
They started walking.
No.
They started walking across the room like a spider. Like,
I've had sex like that before. Have you ever done that position before?
what?
Where the woman puts her hand, she like this.
It's not big enough. I've tried it. I've tried it. It's not big enough.
Really?
I was like, there's no point. There's no point. It's bending and hurting
I've
me.
done it. You can look at each other eye to eye.
Is that one there facing that way?
No, they're looking at you. So they put their hands here, like that, and they've got like that. And then your hair facing her.
But am I on top?
Pete, don't even come nowhere near me. He started to bring my hand. I was like, this. Yeah. No, don't come nowhere near me.
Yeah, but it's I'm there.
Yeah. If I'm the woman, you're there. Yeah. And then you go like that.
Yeah, and so that's difficult for me. And also the one where they're on top facing that way, that's quite difficult as well.
What, reverse cowgirl?
I can do it, but it's not the best.
Reverse cowgirl's hard for you.
It's the arse cheeks get in the way, and it's a bit.
Really?
No.
And your women don't have very big arse cheeks. Is it behind the eggs?
Is it behind the eggs?
1 second. Reverse cowgirl difficult for you.
I think I need to push the back up so that bit comes down. But when they lie on top of me flat, I'm like, this isn't working for the both of us.
Sometimes the woman's been on top and then she's kind of bent. I'm like, hey, you snapped my dick off. Are you fucking mad? Yeah, you have to go with this. Hey! He's like, they pick you up. Wait, let them pick you up. They pick you up. Like, hey!
Yeah.
Oh, we can snap it off, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, it can't snap. It can bend and then
burst the blood vessels.
Yes, and it stays like that. That's how you get crooked dick. You get coat hanger dick.
I would never forgive someone for that.
No, would I?
I never forgive someone for
Well, after you whip out the what do you call it? The fucking whip out the compass.
What?
Right angle.
What
do you call the thing that measures angles?
Oh, it's circumference.
I have to whip out the thing that measures angles.
What is that again? Protractor. The protractor. That's a circle.
No, that's circle.
What is it?
What's the triangle one?
I used to stab people with that.
The Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah. Once again. The Pythagoras theorem.
Where you work out the angles.
What is that thing called?
The angle finder.
It's another name for something else. Something you poke someone with.
What?
It's got a point on it and you can go like this.
Yeah, the compass.
Is it a compass? It's a compass.
It's a compass, yeah.
Oh, it's a compass.
Yeah, you work out the angles.
Me, you come out your dick's pointing to the ground. So are you hard? I am. No, you can't. But anyway, back to your friend. Your friend feels like she's not your friend.
No, that's not friendly.
That's not
First of all, calling someone fat, let them be fat.
No.
Let them be fat.
I believe in telling someone the truth about.
No. You don't stand from the moral high ground. You were a fat. Well,
yeah. So from one fat to another.
Yeah, but don't start. You've lost weight.
No, yeah.
Now you're rubbing it in.
No.
You're rubbing your fatness in my face that you've lost.
Yeah. I'm just showing you.
Yeah, no, but don't rub in fatness into my fat ass.
Okay, 1 second.
When you're having a go at me.
1 second.
You're having a go at me because you lost weight and you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
So you're putting me down because I'm still fat.
Okay, 1 second.
I'll catch up.
1 second.
Yeah.
So if I lost a lot of weight, yeah.
Yeah.
You
do that.
Yeah.
You come and poke my belly. Call me, hey, big belly.
Would you want me to tell you you're fat? Or would you want me to not say anything?
It's different. I can take it. I can take it.
I think it's about you can't.
I can't. Between me and you, I can. But if you start calling me fat in front of other people, I'll be like, okay, there's too much.
All right, this is what the truth. I think either way, you're a bad friend. If I see you in a bad situation, I don't alert you to it. I think I'm a bad friend. Yeah. If I've got some secret way of doing something and I don't alert you to it, I'm not your friend.
If I'm being honest, I would be that guy though.
I know you would.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I can imagine Pete. We're both fat at one time, and then he gets slimmed off because he goes on a drug. And then I'm like, I just can't lose the weight. Pete's like, just got to work hard. I've been eating these rodeo donuts. I just got to work hard.
What it'd be? It'd be if it was in stand-up comedy, and like I had the best writer in the world working for me, and suddenly you're like, hold on a second, Pete, where'd you write that? I'd be like, listen, Luke's just working hard.
I just sit down.
I'm just working hard, bro.
And I sit down for hours. I just can't come with these jokes. You're like, I don't know. So some of us got it.
And then you find out you got it right.
Yeah, I'll be pissed off with you.
Yeah, because I'm rubbing it in your face.
Yeah,
and
you're making
you feel bad.
Yeah, I'm less than. You're making me feel like I'm less than.
I'm putting you down.
Yeah.
For me cheating.
Yeah.
Now, two fat women, you can't put down the fat friend. But you're taking a drug.
No, you have to tell them.
No, but
you have to be honest.
No, I don't think. But you have to be honest. You have to be sensitive to someone. Because they may be feeling like, oh, do you know what? It's hard to lose weight. I tell you what, if I'm fat and you're fat and you started losing weight, I'm going to get more fat because I'll comfort eat.
Would you?
I'd be like, because
No,
this
I'm
is
the
this
opposite.
no, I'd be like, there's no point because he's losing weight.
No. I'm the opposite. I'm like, I ain't being a fat one on my own. I ain't being a fat one. I wouldn't mind one up to the club. Both of us are fat. The fat boys are here. The fat boys are here. And it's like the fat guys here.
No, but when you're the fat guy and you lose weight, everyone always knows you're the fat guy that lost loads of weight. There's a guy I used to work with. There's a guy I used to work with. He was fat and like, but not like in a like he's just fat, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, everyone gets it. When I got fat in an office, you get a belly, you get puffy around the neck, you get fat, you get a bit man boobs. He had that. He went on some health kick thing, lost the weight, got gaunt and skinny, and looks like awful now. He looked good as a fat guy, but now he looks awful, and he's like, but he got cocky. But he's always just known to me and my friends as the fat guy that lost loads of weight.
Really?
Because he got cocky.
Yeah, I see me.
So don't change your personality.
If I was that guy, I'd have to get new friends.
He did do that.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, he moved job.
Yeah, you have to.
But not because he was like, oh, I have to move job because I lost weight. It was just like he happened to move job. And I do think he got really cocky when he lost a lot of weight. And he turned into a bit of an asshole. And he wasn't a nice guy after that. Yeah, and then everyone looked at him like, mate, you weren't like this when you were fat. We preferred the fat guy.
I've seen some women, who they look good now, and then you go through their Instagram reel to back in the day.
Oh no, now.
What?
You like see people that were good looking back in the day, and you see them now.
No,
and
I'm
like,
talking about people who lost weight now, and they look good now, and you go back and they look fat back in the day.
Yeah, do you know what? I always like. It's one of them ones where I couldn't take a risk on someone like that if it was me. I said this to Charlotte. Charlotte was like, "Oh, what would you do if like I was really fat back then?" I was like, to be honest, because I'd just be like, once you get comfortable, I'm you know, that's because it's so hard to keep fat off. Like I'm struggling.
Yeah, but you've never been fat.
I am fat. I'm fat skinny.
No, but
that's worse.
But you was never fat when you was younger.
No, but my brother was quite fat and now he's like really slim and stuff. And I think fatness is a thing because like when we were kids, so we'd call each other like a fat bitch and stuff. Like and like
you'd fat shame each other.
We'd completely.
Yeah.
Like
I know. Yeah, you
to
really
the point where I'd be like, you fat, or I like shut up, you fat.
No, I hear my sons do that with they say something about foot and I cut it right out.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, don't you talk to her like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, as in?
No, they say things. They'll be like, they'll say little things, not fat. They'll never say something as harsh as that, but they'd say something.
No, but we'd get venomous.
Yeah.
Sibling rivalry.
Did your parents used to hear you say things?
Yeah. Yeah, but they didn't care. I don't
Really?
Well, because Dad was fat, so I didn't give it. We're thick-skinned in a sense that...
You're not thick-skinned.
We're not thick-skinned, but we were thick.
Just thick.
We were thick...
Round the waist.
Or in the mind, we're a bit thick.
Yeah.
We were thick, not skinned, but the opposite of thick-skinned.
Thin-skinned.
Which is when you give it out a lot.
You can give it, but you can't take it.
Yes, kind of that.
Really?
Yeah, and I think if I could turn back the clock, I probably wouldn't have said half the stuff I said to my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, because you know what I feel like?
I feel bad for my brother because I feel like he's lost loads of weight.
Which brother?
Michael.
Yeah.
And I do think sometimes, did me or my brothers and sisters play a part in like that? Him being obsessed with losing weight. And it's just like, it doesn't matter, man. No one cares. When you're an adult, it doesn't matter. When you're older, when you're at this age, or when you're 30s, your life, you're not like what you were like when you were younger. You're growing up. You've got bigger things to worry about than fatness. Do you know what I mean? You've got a lot more to worry about.
No, I'm gonna say this. I saw this author. He went on Instagram Live and he was talking. He's in his 40s and he was kind of fat and he was like, "Listen, guys,
don't end up like this.
Take care of yourself because people do judge you on your appearance." And they do. People, I know a woman, and she was like, I find most men attractive. I like men. Like, she goes, her predisposition is to find a man attractive until he says something and up, yeah? She finds most guys. I goes, what about fat guys? She's like, no.
She doesn't like them.
Don't like fat guys. And it's like, people do judge you on how you look.
I think American fat guys look all right because they go past the point of like it's like fat on top of fat. They're like really big to the point where it's like it looks kind of cool.
What do you mean?
Like Fat Joe.
He's skinny now.
I know, and he walks crooked legs.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I saw this black sumo wrestler. He was huge.
Was he?
He was huge. Like.
But I don't think they look bad.
No. He was huge. And even the Japanese guy, I think he was fighting like sumo wrestling, Japanese, right? Not Chinese, right? Yeah. And he was smaller than him. And you could see when he stood up, he stood like his feet. He was so big, his legs like that.
Oh, because the ankles can't take the weight. That's the problem.
It's
It's
like
a
that.
joint. It's a joint,
Yeah.
so it crumbles. It's like a construction where you've built too much on top, and the foundations haven't been.
Yeah, he's still got small ankles.
Did he walk like that? That way?
Inwards, yeah, inwards. And I was like this.
Oh.
And the Japanese guy kind of pushed him out.
Because of the weak anklage.
I don't know what it was. But he was far bigger than him. And I was just like, yeah, it's too.
But I do think, you know, the way the Americans, like we know, there's people, obviously, we've got friends. And, you know, when they lose weight, sometimes you're like, oh, it's a bit like, you don't look good when you lose weight. You look better the way you look. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I do notice that with some
What
people.
do you think?
Some fat people, you're like, you don't. If you look like, do you know what I've noticed? Do you know what it is? I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest. I don't want to be offensive, but this is a podcast where we're honest. It's the head size.
The head doesn't shrink. It doesn't shrink once it gets that big. The bone structure gets big when you're big. But
does it?
I think so because
that means you don't know.
Well, half of them look like a midget when they bloody lose the bloody thing because the head's like massive.
Yeah, that's the point.
It's like the cheat code in GTA.
We got the big head. Yeah, it doesn't make any
Or
sense.
a golden eye.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, sometimes their head.
The big head. Yeah, the heads.
Yeah, like with the small body, it doesn't look good, man. But all right, back to the dilemma. Listen, you got to cut out your friend. That's not a good friend.
Your friend, and
not a good
like
friend.
obviously we chat about it now, like we're having a conversation, but like we got to have the chat about it. Otherwise, you don't have a podcast, yeah. So if you can't handle it, just shut up and listen,
right,
yeah.
please get
No,
nervous.
but they have to listen. So the problem we've got here is you've got someone who has been there and knows the pain of it. Then they're using that pain to have a go at the other fat person
They're making themselves feel better by looking down on you.
looking down on the other one. But you've taken drugs to get there.
Knowing
you
full
fucker.
well she couldn't do it the natural way
She
herself.
couldn't do it the natural way. You've taken Ozempic. Yeah? So don't belittle someone because they're fat just because you've lost the fatness by taking a drug that it's cheating to get rid of the fatness. Because your friend's struggling. Give her some of the Ozempic and then even it up a bit. But you won't, will you? Because you enjoy the fact that you're losing weight and your friend's still fat. That is the fact. And I probably would enjoy it if I got funnier than you. I'd enjoy it. I'd enjoy.
You compare yourself to me a lot.
Yeah.
And you do enjoy when things go your way and not my way.
But I wouldn't put you down in public.
No, you put me down behind closed doors.
In
though.
private.
You would.
Together to build you up though.
No, not to build me up.
No,
Would you share your Ozempic?
absolutely. I'd be like, why would I give that Ozempic to you when I could use it?
Yeah, exactly. That's how you would be.
But the problem is when the Ozempic becomes detrimental and you start looking.
Because apparently that messes with your bone density as well.
Does it?
Yeah, apparently you get weaker bones from Ozempic.
Do you really?
Yeah, apparently so.
So it would probably shrink the head then, would it? Would it?
I don't know, but I heard it gives you brittle bones or something like that. Ozempic can give you
Brittle bones, man. Yeah, there's a side effect to everything, man. So just don't do the Ozempic. Just go for a run. It's the easiest way to lose weight. Like I've started running. It's hard, but at least
It's the diet. The diet is very important too.
The diet's important, but it's hard, man. It's hard to lose weight.
Me and Pete got 3 sandwiches waiting for us in the car right now.
1.5 each, actually.
It was.
Oh, yeah,
3.
free, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd admit it, I'm fat. I feel repulsive. I feel virtually repulsive. I look at myself in the mirror and I sit naked.
Do you?
Yeah, and I just look at myself.
No, I've done
And I
that.
feel repulsed.
I've looked at myself while having sex sometimes in the
Oh,
thingy, and I'm
never
like,
do that. Because the girl always looks good looking, and you just look like a big fat oaf lying on top of her. And it's just like, it's so depressing. But sometimes I do that. I sit with my legs crossed, hunched over, and I look at the mirror, and I think, what an ugly troll.
sometimes I do this. I've got a vagina.
I do that as well.
I've got a vagina.
Do you ever look at it from the other side?
Or by it bent over.
No, I put it in there, and then I turn around.
Where are you going to get this kind of honesty from? All right, let's get out of here. We got to add some more dialogues.
Yeah.
We'll catch them up next week. All right, guys.
Yo, if you could do us a favor, drop a comment on this video. Drop a comment. Hit the follow or subscribe button as well. It helps us out massively. What's the stat, Luke? The diary of a CEO who runs a company says?
Most people watch the podcast. About 70% of them watch it and don't follow.
Yeah, 70% of them watch the thing and don't follow.
Every week,
So
they're
what does
like,
that take?
every week they're like, this number changes.
Yeah!
But listen,
Yeah.
please follow. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us on YouTube because people taking shots at us about our YouTube isn't developing.
Yeah, you...
Yeah, it's not developing,
Yeah.
but please help us out.
Yeah,
Guys,
and you're miserable, one of you.
one on the right.
As you're watching,
If you're watching.
you
But listen,
Yeah.
guys, thank you for spending this time with us. It's been Luke and Pete.
talking shit.
Take care, guys. See you
See you
later.
later.